Basketball fans, welcome back. So the drama in the Kenya Basketball Federation continues, and in this edition of KBF Drama, we have Umoja and KPA at center stage. So I'm not going to take too much time on it. So let's just see from this post here. So KPA made this post, and they were given the walkover versus Umoja, and they came out and said, unfortunately, Umoja Basketball forfeit their game, owing to KPA Dockers men receiving the pink sheet. So you could see they were awarded the win. And you could see the whole comment section, people were just talking about, Umoja being done wrong. Even Umoja came out and, talked about it. They even made a post here which was just trolling. And to be honest, I don't expect anything much from KBF at this point, because there are a federation that is run by incompetent and illegitimate people and who are corrupt. So I have exposed them so many times on my channels talking about their corrupt nature, and I'm not surprised seeing such, because you never see these things happen to such teams. Then, after this post was made, I came across this post again by Umoja. Let me just highlight it so that you can be able to have a clear view of what you're dealing with. So Umoja came out with their own press statement, and they addressed the events surrounding the cancelled fixture. And long story short, there was that lack of consultation, especially when they're the home team, and inadequate notice and the resulting logistical and player welfare concerns. So there was that, and KPA came in and trolled here, and it was interesting to see the type of reactions that were here. So the thing is, KBF were supposed to communicate on how the venue in which they're supposed to play. And considering the fact that KPA are coming to Nairobi to play this game was supposed to be slated at the Nyayo Gymnasium, and it was supposed to happen on Friday. So the fixture was cancelled, and it's supposed to happen on Saturday. That was yesterday. But there was poor communication coming from the KBF side. And you can see that their team manager came out with that press statement saying that, Umoja Basketball wishes to clarify the events surrounding the cancelled fixture against KPA. That was scheduled on Friday 10th. That was Friday at Nyayo. The match was cancelled last minute due to venue unavailability. I can say Nyayo has had a lot of issues, and I've already talked about even the whole flooding situation about a month ago, and also a matter that has been informed and was communicated by the federation, by the stadium management. This is beyond the control of Umoja Basketball. Later the night, the federation issued a unilateral decision to reschedule the match the following day. This decision appeared to have been made in consultation with our opponents only in KPA. This means KPA, without any engagement with Umoja Basketball Club and without providing reasonable notice. So you could see the communication was only done on the KPA side, but not Umoja. So due to the lack of consultation, especially being the home team, inadequate notice, and the resulting logistical and player welfare concerns, we communicated back to the federation, declining the revised arrangement and requested a proper procedures to be followed. There's been no response from the federation since then. So the subsequent decision to order walkover against Umoja is unfair and reflects a lack of professionalism in match administration. Umoja Basketball will, formally appeal this decision to the appropriate channels, and they said all that, and they're trying to follow due process. So what does this communicate? This communicates a lot of incompetence in the federation, which I have been talking and advocating that these people are illegally in office. And the funny thing to me is the team managers for all these teams who had a meeting with the league even before tip-off of this season. And you could see the team managers even were the same team managers that wanted this whole Fireflies thing to go through. And to be honest, they are considering taking the deal. Even KBF for considering taking the deal. It's just that when the contract leaked and everything leaked and the termination happened, they are caught pants down when they're trying to do that. And to be honest, I don't expect anything less from KBF. I mean, they have been very poor and pathetic. They don't understand how to run a league, and the people who are there don't even care about the league. And in KBF, one thing I've noticed in my coverage, there are those haves and have-not teams. So teams that are top four, they always have special treatment. And the teams that are at the bottom of the league, they will never get like a fair shake. That's why you see their fixtures being put in the worst times. And this is for the first time in quite some time, you're seeing this thing happen to one of the big teams in the league. Yes, I don't want to say Umoja is a small team because I feel like they're always in the top 4, top 5 thereabout. And there are a team that comprises of players who played for the Equity Dumas at some time and they now play for Umoja. So they're considered a team that is there. And KPA are always a team that is always going to be number 2 to the Thunder. So it's puzzling to me the way Umoja has been handled in this one. I kid you not, if this happened to a smaller team, let's say it happened to a team that is way down the standings, it will never be an issue, and you not even see them put out a press statement. But because it's Umoja, they're going to go ahead and do it. So this one just highlights a lot of incompetence. I mean, I don't like covering a lot of KBF basketball in this light because I feel like it waters down everything that they need to achieve to be successful. Yes, I don't agree with the officials, but I agree with basketball at the end of the day. And to be honest, looking at how poorly run the KBF is by these illegitimate officials who have delayed the elections, they have chosen to be illegally stationed in the office, and they have refused to abdicate their responsibilities to awaiting the next elections. Of course, they're going to go ahead and do this. These are the same people who wanted to go in and sign the Fireflies deal before things exploded on social media. So I feel bad for Umoja. I'm not sure where they go from here because this is going to drag on. It's going to be similar to what we saw between KPA and Equity Dumas in that semi-finals in 2022 in the playoffs. I mean, it was just sad to see like some decisions being made on things that could have been avoided. And you can see the bulldozing nature of KBF and the KBF officials, the way they are. I mean, it's just pathetic all around. And to be honest, I don't expect anything less from these corrupt federation officials. So that's why I came out and said, let me just give my 2 cents on it. And remember, the rogue team managers, they are the ones who ruined it for the players, and they have ruined it for the entire league as well. Because a team manager has no power without the players. And the Kenya Basketball Federation has no power without the teams being present. So if Umoja are serious about pursuing this thing, they should make sure to also highlight other things that have been happening and going on with the federation, because I mean there's so much kuna vitu mingi sana zinafanyika and there's zero accountability at that. So it is what it is. Those are just my comments on this. I feel like this is a very, very sad situation. But I'll be keeping tabs on it and just make sure you guys get posted on this. So like, share, subscribe, tune in to Basketball Extra. This is why you're going to be receiving a lot of live, updates of this nature like that. If you're used to watching me on Dairy to Basketball and NBA Kenya, you'll see the videos are quite different. So like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.